I've discussed this before, but in light of Love is Blind and Johnny and Amy trying to navigate pregnancy prevention, I thought I'd talk about non-hormonal methods of birth control. Essentially, Amy doesn't want to be on hormonal birth control, which is totally valid, but it seems like they didn't really consider all the options. For example, condoms, obviously. I think Amy shared on her Instagram that they were worried about the effectiveness, but when used properly, condoms are 98% effective at preventing pregnancy. Overall, there are actually 12 non-hormonal birth control options, maybe more. Every birth control has its own pros and cons, and you can still experience side effects with some non-hormonal birth control methods. With that being said, here are some of the non-hormonal birth control options.
Of course, there are external and internal condoms. They're great because they can prevent both pregnancy and protect against STIs, and they're very effective. Then we have a diaphragm or cervical cap. They're both placed over the cervix and usually used with spermicide. They're about 84% effective with perfect use. Then we have a sponge. It's a plastic piece of foam containing spermicide that's inserted into the vagina before sex. It then acts as a barrier between the sperm and the cervix, and it's up to 91% effective. Spermicides are available as suppositories, foams, or creams. They basically slow down sperm and stop them from entering the cervix. On its own, spermicide is about 70% effective at preventing pregnancy, and there are some downsides like irritation in the vagina or BV. Next are vaginal gels or Phexxi. You basically use an applicator to put this gel in your vagina before sex. It will make the vagina a lower pH or more acidic, and this makes it difficult for sperm to move. It's considered to be 86% effective. There's also an option for people with a penis. It's called Atom. It's a hydrogel insert that's injected into the sperm duct to reduce sperm motility and concentration. Basically, it prevents sperm flow through the vas deferens. It's non-hormonal, so it doesn't impact the hormones in any way. I don't know if it's available to the public yet, but it was extremely successful and effective in the human clinical trials. And then, of course, we have the copper IUD. It's a device that goes into the uterus, and it's wrapped in copper, which is toxic to sperm, so it keeps the sperm away. It's up to 99% effective, and there's no hormones. This is more of a long-term method because it can last for up to 12 years, but an even longer-term method is sterilization surgeries. So you have tying the tubes and, of course, a vasectomy, and both are almost 100% effective. Next is withdrawal or the pull-out method. It's when the penis is pulled out of the vagina before ejaculation. It works best when used with condoms, but without, 22 out of 100 people with a vagina who use it as their only form of birth control will get pregnant. Finally, we have natural family planning or cycle tracking or fertility awareness. They work by tracking your menstrual cycle, including vaginal discharge and body temperature, so you can know which days you're fertile. Some people skip sex during their fertile window, or they use a barrier method on those days. There are several cycle tracking methods, each with their own rules. Some are more effective than others, but you have to use them correctly. For example, some people use cycle beads to track their cycle, or use certain apps. It can be up to 99% effective if followed completely correctly, but if not, they're more like 76 to 88% effective. As you can see, there are a lot of different options.